Всем привет! Всем привет из Киева, столицы Украины. Best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. My name is Victor Fursov and this is my channel devoted to entomology, insects and nature. You're observing these insects, these beetles from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. And I'm very pleased to show you different beetles in cage, just on direct translation. Сегодня мы смотрим видео, посвященное жукам. Прямая трансляция из чашки с большими и маленькими жуками. Today we will be watching big beetles, very big beetles, and very small beetles. Because today I will show you Rhinoceros beetles and also small corn weevils. Сегодня мы посмотрим маленьких жуков, также больших. Посмотрим слоников, таких как жуки-носороги, жуки-рогачи. Вот сегодня начинаем с больших жуков, такие как рогачи. Носорог. Надо, оказывается, держать крепко. Носорог очень активен. Двигается. Сегодня наконец-то дали электричество, свет. Поэтому есть возможность показать видео онлайн. I'm very pleased to show you direct translation from the cage of this Cetonia, flower chaffer beetle, this Rhinoceros beetle covered with mites, and this tiny stag beetle Dorcus, in comparison of their different behavior. No, I do not squish it. I'm taking care about them very carefully. I'm worried just if we try to escape, so I can miss it, so they fell down on the ground. So my translation will be interrupted after that. At the present moment we are pretty quiet, so we're trying to orientate around. Flower chaffer beetle Cetonia and Dorcus stag beetle, size about 2 centimeters, and this big Rhino beetle, female Rhino beetle, about 4 centimeters. Oryctes nasicornis. What country are you coming from? Tropical. What country are you coming from, little girl? Little guy. Sorry about that. Write your country. I'm just sitting on chair, just at street. Just I'm taking the opportunity to take this video. I'm taking opportunity, possibility and necessity to create this video, because last time I created a video online and I did translation, but internet connection was very bad because we didn't have electricity. I was thinking it's okay, but without electricity, internet connection and even mobile telephone connection were not very well. Now I hope it's much better. Right, if the picture is okay, at least, because I'm not sure. Please, what is about quality of picture? Is it alright? Is it okay? I hope so, because next my beetles will be not so big. Greetings to Florida. Greetings to USA. I guess it's pretty hot in Florida now. In Ukraine it was, and it is very hot now too. It's over 32 Celsius degrees. But it's cloudy today, evening time, little bit windy, so I'm happy to be outside of my laboratory to create this video. because at home, even with conditioner, it's difficult. But also I have opportunity, possibility and necessity to create video about little guys, which are slightly domestic pests. So to prevent the escape at home, I want to show the escape here at street. I'm pleased that quality is good. That's a good sign that internet connection is good. This lovely female is here. Unfortunately, I cannot show male because male was sitting in a big terrarium but passed away last night, unfortunately, because Rhino beetles, they do not feed at all, so you don't know how long they will live. So male was sitting in very good conditions and passed away just last night. 90 degrees Fahrenheit, right, very hot, very humid, I guess so. That's indeed. In Kyiv, at least not so humid, relatively, more or less dry. We have a nearby river Dnieper, so some people say who is living nearby river, it's humid, but because of river and some streams, some channels, we got some mosquitoes this evening time. When it's dark, a lot of mosquitoes come in with these unpleasant flies. What's about mosquitoes in Florida? Do somebody fighting with mosquitoes? And naturally, probably a lot of them must be using some kind of a mesh to prevent their coming to house, to apartment. What country are you coming from? Funny moments. Stag beetle and Rhino beetle, they are not fighting at all. They are very friendly. I will let go to some beetles which are sitting in the next, another chamber. They are sitting in big box, hundreds of them, and they are very small. They are little guys which are slightly pests of some products, especially grains and cereals. And they will be in my second part of this video, because these guys, there's a stag beetle, can feed on some fruits because it like to eat some juice. Rhino beetle doesn't feed at all. Flower chaffer can feed on flower petals and pollen, but another guys, little guys, they can feed in nature on acorns, on seeds of oaks. Who are them? I show them. So here a lot of stuff, natural stuff for little guys which are sitting in my next cage. And they are Sitophilus beetles, corn weevils. So slightly unpleasant corn weevils, but quite a lot of them. It's great fun to show them, because I cannot let them go at laboratory because they're spreading everywhere around. I don't go to spread them at my home, despite them can do it because they can fly. But I keep some weevils in one cage and I show them to you now. So you understood that these beetles as acorn can eat acorns, not Rhino beetles, not stag beetles. Sitophilus beetles, weevils can eat acorns. But now I close them because I try to escape. I try to escape. I can show finally some funny mites on body. Можете заметить клещиков на теле жука-носорога. Жук-носорог прекрасно себя чувствует вместе с клещиками, потому что они деструкторы разрушают древесину, разрушают листья. Живут в компосте вместе с взрослым жуком и личинками. So you see so many tiny mites are sitting on the body of Rhino beetle, on the body of female of Rhino beetle. We are not dangerous. We don't want to escape, but we are using beetle as transportation service. We're moving together with beetle from one place to another place. So I put here her back to cage. Mosquitoes are so bad in Florida, that's right. That's funny and that's not funny too. I cannot imagine how many of them, because everywhere is water and hot and subtropical weather. So I need to close. Cage. I can read the message. I can show and open the next box. Mosquitoes are so bad. Yes, it's really unpleasant. So I put one cage in another cage to prevent a quick escape. And we can wait a little bit for their appearance. Who cannot read this? Back to the day when the first Spanish started discovered Florida, where horses would suffocate and die from the nose being so clogged from so many mosquitoes. Really crazy. So now we are watching next bunch of beetles. Very tiny beetles, but very funny and very serious pests. They are pests of cereals, pests of grain, pests of rye, wheat and rice. And these are corn weevils. Yeah, so they're crawling from wheat cereals. We were sitting here for a couple months. Now we're already hatched. We have probably no more food, so that's why we are searching for new food, for new place for their distribution, to give a new progeny somewhere else, because everything has been eaten already here. So they are crawling like spiders. They are breathing inside cage, so that's humidity is rising. It's water inside. And they're crawling outside. There are 3 species of weevils are distributed here in Ukraine. This is a rain beetle, Sitophiluszeamais, corn weevil, Sitophiluszeamais, and rice weevil, Sitophiluszeamais in Latin. All of them have dangerous pests, but they are existing in nature. You cannot avoid them, you cannot get rid of them completely, because if I escape, if I release them, and I'm releasing them the present moment, some of them will be destroyed by ants, some predaceous insects like some ground beetles, but others will survive pretty well. I showed you just acorns of oak, so they will survive very well. Yeah, Russian chaffers, Russian beetles, bloody Russian beetles. Very interesting. Notice flying Dutchman. Very interesting. I will check it in the internet. Last time I showed them so many here sitting in the cage. If I release them in sunny day, in midday, they are flying very well. This species is flying very well, corn weevil, but rain weevil, Sitophiluszeamais doesn't fly. Two species are flying and one species are not flying of Sitophilus, which is distributed here. So this is corn weevil, which can fly very well. Some of them escaped at my home and flew around to the wind in the direction of window. I caught a couple of specimens on the wall and eliminated it. Sorry about that. We were sitting here in cage with wheat weevils just for experiments, for breeding, for rearing. We are making experiments for parasitization of these beetles by parasitic wasps, because we are developing inside wheat grain, inside cereal grain. One or two individuals can develop inside the grain, and there are some parasitoids, some small parasitic wasps, which can develop on the larvae of these beetles. So that's why we are making biological control experiments with beetles and their parasitoids. So I'm not breeding them just for fun, but partially for educational purpose, partially for experimentation with parasitoids. Because I have culture of parasitoids, Lariophagos distinguendus, calcid wasps, and some parasitic wasps are developing on these weevils as well. No, these beetles are not useful at all. These beetles are pests, home pests, pests of wheat, rye, rice, some food, some dry biscuits, even some they can develop even inside pasta, kind of macaroni. So you see, this is a wheat grains, not wheat grains, with cereals without shell. So they ate it and did emergence holes. So many of them. When you release them, they are very happy. Some of them they can fly. Now they are just breathing slowly. They decided what to do. They are crawling because this is edge of cage, so they cannot understand what's going, how to come out, go down or go up. So by gathering, they are like making kind of swarm. After that they will fall down. So they are very dangerous pests for stored grain, for stored food, such kind of like a pasta, grain, cereals, wheat, rye, rice, and corn for sure. We can develop on a grain of corn or maize very well, but doesn't like rice. Rice we will like rice. But three species of Sitophilus are very close, very difficult to identify them. Especially Sitophilus oryctes and Sitophiluszeamais. They are brown colored with 4 small white spots, and only specialists on weevils can identify them properly, because you need to study male genitalia and shape of thorax and abdomen and spots on abdomen. For the common people, they looks like very similar, all these tiny weevils. So here maybe 50 grams of cereals and maybe 400 individuals of these guys. So you see how we are happy to crawl around, how we're happy to escape. I can show you from another side. Yes, so many. I guess at least, yes, this some are trying to fly because it's still not dark. Very fresh air, little bit wind, slightly windy after hot days. So some are trying to fly and trying to escape for distribution somewhere around. Maybe survive, maybe not survive. I put them in a separate cage to prevent their escape very quickly. Otherwise they are crawling everywhere around on this chair where I'm sitting here at street. Some people are walking around, so people do not worry too much about my English. Once someone asked, "Hello, how are you?" It was last time when we did some videos here at street in this chair. The size of these guys about 3-4 millimeters. So you see, they're coming to the edge. Probably some of them trying to mate, and I say they are swarming. They are swarming. They do not decide very quickly how to escape like ants. Ants are very clever, very quick. But this I think in very long time. During this thinking, we are making group like swarm and fall down together in a swarm. So we're making interesting kind of swarming. Yes, some are flying. Some are flying. Yes, some people in a village, in a rural area, can say this is a real plague because they can destroy their stock, their cereals in stock, their wheat in stock, but they're more or less rare in city. I got it just from the culture from another laboratory. I didn't collect it in nature because this is a stock pest. Mostly they can be met somewhere can be received with infested products. I never bought these pests in the shop, but I have bought some other pests, some other beetles in shop, and I did video about it. So sometimes if you are going for food, you can buy some cereals, you can buy some beetles as well. So you see here we are crowding. Yes, the Rhino beetle I collected here nearby. Just where Rhino beetle is from nature, I collected it just near cut a tree, evening time. When I was coming home, evening time, I found it just on the ground, crawling slowly. One male and one female. I collected in this season 3 Rhino beetles near cut trees. One lucky season I collected more than 10 at the same place, just at street. But this season is good enough for beetles, for Rhino beetles, but not very good for Ukraine, because we are in difficult situation with fighting on our fronts, and it's difficult for people to survive during this bloody war. So these bloody beetles were really reminding us, as Flying Dutchman said, about Russian beetles, or Russian soldiers which are crowded like these weevils, which are fighting against Ukraine. Unfortunately, we had this war for so long time. We must fight, we must survive, we must fight for independence. So even here, during this entertaining stream with beetles, I cannot forget about it, because everything is reminding me about this situation. And from time to time we have air alert system, we have some air sirens every day. Yesterday we had 4 times or 5 times alert sirens, and we have sign on telephone as well every day. So these bloody Russian weevils, which are fighting against Ukrainian soldiers, are very bloody. Sorry about that I'm talking about it, but I am not sorry about it, because this is true. Some people asking in comments, is it really war in Ukraine? Yes, it is really war. Fortunately, capital of Ukraine is well protected, more or less, and we are on a certain distance from the front line. I live in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, and it is 500 kilometers from the front line. Some cities are on the distance of 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers near front line, 50 kilometers near front line. For these people, the situation is really crazy every day. Flying Dutchman say, I love the Rhino beetle. Do you know the big one are so popular in Japan because the horn looks like a samurai sword? Yes, for sure, I enjoy it very much. I have been in Japan and I collected once this beetle, and I know about it. I enjoy the culture of Japanese people, which enjoy nature and who are very careful about beetles and about breeding insects and breeding some beetles as well in the culture. So you see, our culture is our beetles are spreading around. I'm trying to be careful to avoid their coming on my trousers. Don't prevent to come with them to home too much of at least. A couple of them can come still, because they're crowding everywhere around. But it's experiment, so you can recognize how we can spread around very quickly. If these beetles are developing inside grain stalk, inside bag, inside box, rain becoming wet because of process of breathing, physiological process, and rain and the cereals are destroying very quickly because of some fungi, and food becoming poisonous. So it's better don't use infested food, neither for humans nor for pets, for birds or just mammals. Better to throw away infested food. Yes, the Dutchman is saying we're just hearing Ukraine, Ukraine and Ukraine. Well, just hearing is nothing. Despite hearing, most important not only hearing about it, but some activities, some dangerous situation that people are not enjoying this war, but people fighting in the war. If you have not heard how cannons are fighting, how cannons are fighting on a short distance, it means, and you have not been in near a real front, you are very lucky. Some people are not so lucky in Ukraine, especially with all citizens who are living in Kyiv. They hear cannons during the first month because fighting was just nearby of every buildings. Cannons were fighting everywhere. It was very difficult to survive. So that's why many people escaped, just migrated. We really appreciate help of another countries who are helping us financially and with some important equipment, which means equipment for survival, for fighting against aggressors. And this is easy to say about it, but not easy to use it, especially some equipment which is just lost very quickly. And for soldiers, all equipment is very crucial every day. We are civilians, I can make entertainment for you this video. But some civilians in the front are fighting at the front line. Even some scientists. Last time I read some message of one volunteer who is physicist, and he indicated that 133 researchers, scientists have been killed during this war. 133 research scientists with different disciplines, biologists, chemists, physicists, teachers, have been killed because of war. We were volunteers, soldiers volunteers of different age, from 19 till 60s. So war is consuming lives of many people. Yes, yes. Everything is possible. So we can discuss war is good or not good and how it's good the peace. What one stuff is just to discuss the war and to say how it's good to be in a peaceful time. It's funny to enjoy life somewhere in Corsica, in Sardinia, and south bank of Greece, somewhere in Crete. Go to sea somewhere in Turkish Republic, in Antalya, and say war is bad, war is bad. But it's much harder to be here, to participate here, or even just live here in this situation. And to participate either financially or just because of some relatives are involved in this fighting, or just hear some explosions every day if you are close to front line. But watching some videos in YouTube, it's a fun, always fun. So that's why approach to work can be different in opinion as well. So far so good. I was pleased to show you these guys in time. They're spreading around very quickly. So I have my water here nearby. I'm sitting on chair and show you how they're coming out. It's time to release them from these cages carefully on ground. And I was very pleased to show you that we are living much more peacefully in the cage rather than somewhere in a stock, somewhere in a shop, somewhere in a stock market, because they are pests of cereals, pests of grain. And I'm studying their biology, I'm studying their biological control measures. Some tiny parasitic wasps which can stop their development, which can control their population. And they belong to chalcid wasps, betyloid wasps, and they can be reared in laboratory to prevent distribution of these species, to prevent the large distribution in some stocks, because we can breed some beneficial insects, and beneficial insects will reduce population of these pests. Thank you for reminding of Yugoslavia. This is not channel about the good enough to talk about insects, and I'm pleased with some people saying it's fun to watch some peaceful stories about nature rather than to watch some stories on internet and television about war. So that's why I'm creating peaceful stories about insects. Сегодня мы показываем жуков-долгоносиков, которые бегают у нас в контейнере, которые развились на крупе перловочки, которые являются активными вредителями зерновых запасов пшеницы, ячменя, ржи, даже запасов макарон. Это у нас кукурузный долгоносик. Кукурузный долгоносик, который развился на перловочке. Думаю, что здесь 400 экземпляров, 500 экземпляров вывелось. И они активно выбегают на край контейнера. Называются роятся здесь. Бегают очень активно. Некоторые взлетают, потому что сегодня тепло. Было 32 градуса, сейчас где-то 26. И активно разбегаются. Они кушают в природных условиях желуди. Развиваются на желудях. Так что не обязательно им искать какую-то пшеницу, какой-то ячмень, рис. Разовьются здесь даже на упавших желудях. Потому что в природе все взаимозаменяемо. Различные запасы зерна, зернохранилища или в магазине заменяются, например, не просто пшеницей или запасами гречки, а могут быть заменены, например, желудями. И жуки на них будут спокойно развиваться. Что проверено экспериментом. Мы также исследуем паразитических перепончатокрылых насекомых, хальцидоидных наездников, которые разводятся в лаборатории с целью подавления численности этих вредителей. Поскольку нужно содержать культуру вредителя, нужно содержать и культуру вредителя как хозяина. И на этом хозяине развиваются паразитические перепончатокрылые насекомые, которые заедают, как биологический метод защиты, заедают этого жука, подавляют его численность А сегодня мы излишнее количество жука не убиваем просто хлороформом или этилоцитатом, а выпускаем на волю, чтобы они кушали здесь желуди. Если их не съедят муравьи, не съедят другие хищные паучки, другие хищные насекомые, кто-то останется жив. У нас выпуск жуков на волю, поэтому они бегут, бегут, бегут. Так называется наше видео. На английском языке в том числе дискуссия. Также бежит у нас жук-носорог, который прекрасно себя чувствует вместе здесь с желудями, которые мы потом положим кукурузному долгоносику. И кукурузный долгоносик будет питаться желудями. Для сравнения, насколько быстро развивается на кукурузе, на перловочке, на гречке. И насколько, какой процент подавления численности будет его паразитом, хальцидоидными наездниками семейства Pteromoelidae. Для этого мы их разводим для экспериментов по подавлению численности при помощи биологических активных агентов биометода, паразитических перепончатокрылых насекомых, которые маленькие хальцидоидные осы 2 мм размером, сами жуки 3-4 мм размером, и хальцидоидные осы также маленькие 2-3 мм размером. Спасибо за внимание. Спасибо, что были с нами. Thank you for your great attention. Thank you for discussion. Thank you for comments. Thank you for curiosity. Press like, write your comments, ask your questions. Visit my Patreon page. And subscribe if you do not subscribe yet. If you have not subscribed yet. And write comments in the chat or comment section. Thank you for your curiosity. To be continued very soon. Here at Street or at Laboratory. Watch our new streams, new videos. And enjoy yourself. And don't forget, Ukraine will win. Stand with Ukraine. Support Ukraine. And help to Ukraine. Ukraine will win. Despite any Beetles, despite any circumstances, we must win. Thank you for your attention and curiosity. Good luck, see you soon on my channel. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to press like. And don't forget to visit my Patreon page. Welcome to be my sponsor of my channel. Thank you for your interest to Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.